Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So today, when I was picking out cards, I went over to the card shelf and the first one I was drawn to was the Archangel Animal Oracle cards. And then I was drawn to the Akashic Records Tarot. And when I had them, I was mostly drawn to the green and yellow. So green and yellow energy came through, and then I saw animals, and then the Akashic Records, which are the record keepers. And then, so what is the record keepers of the earth? Well, then the crystal spirits wanted to come through. And then I had a little bit argument about that. And I'm like, I don't feel like that's the right deck, but Spirit was adamant. They're like, just do it. So here we are. We got green and yellow energy with a little bit of crystals. And so other than green and yellow, I have absolutely no insights. And let's just, I'm hearing four. Pull four cards. So what do we get? Well, I'm getting a lot of darker energy. Not so much dark as in negative aspect, just dark as in depth. So the first one we got was the sheep. I'll just show. We got the sheep, we've got the owl, we've got the cat, and then we've got the rabbit. And so each one is kind of got like the dark background sky, and not every single one is dark. So that's the first thing that pops out. So the sheep, it says act with fortitude and cooperation. When I am looking at it, there are two sheep. They're kind of like in this hugging embrace, but this one kind of stood out more. This light here, and it has his back turned to it. Act with fortitude and cooperation. So I'm seeing you turn your back on something that wasn't cooperative. It wasn't good for you. It wasn't making things come together. Turning the other cheek is what I'm hearing. And so I do want to pull from the Akashic Records some clarifiers, and then we can kind of get a little bit more in depth here. Just one for each one. All right, so with that, we've got the owl, and the owl is saying, it looks really pretty in camera. It's saying, listen to the message of the angels. The cat is saying, be relaxed and independent. And then the rabbit is saying, recognize your significance. And so I'm kind of glad I read those, because that's what I feel like. I feel like there was a partnership or something, a bond, but you had to turn your back. And as the cat said, be independent and recognize your own significance, because this sheep is saying act with fortitude and cooperation. So if you find yourself in something that's not equal, that's not really cooperation. That's just you giving and giving and giving. And in the end, it doesn't really help anyone except everyone else outside of yourself, and then leaving you depleted. So in the end, you're depleted, you have nothing to give. And then once those people, because they never learned how to make their own happy or their own energy or whatever it is that you've been giving, resources, once that kind of runs out, they come back to you. And so it's a lose-lose situation no matter what. So act with fortitude. I feel like the word fortitude has a little bit more meaning. The other cards don't really want to come out. Maybe it's not time for them yet. We'll just put those down. I did get two, but let's just go back. When I said something to do with fortitude, and then now here we have the clarifier. It's in reverse. We have the Six of Keys with in crescent moon. So what do you want to? I'm being drawn to how he's working on this sculpture. And then it's just like the bust of the sculpture. And that just came out in like a couple readings or last reading or something reading. And I remember saying that and being like, there's something significant to this, but I also kind of just skipped over it because I didn't really know it. The message wasn't coming out. But I feel like that's this right now, is how like this rabbit says, recognize your own significance and be independent. When you start off as a sculpture, right, the artist kind of looks at something. It's just this big block of clay. I'm being told that it has something to do. There's two parts to it, and that's why it gets very tricky, because really it takes the time and effort and the amount of skill that you put in it that will actually bring out the final project that you want. But they're saying this empty clay, this moldable clay, is something that it has unlimited potential, and that one block of clay could be turned into anything. But they're saying they don't want you to fall in love with the potential of what it could be, and never actually harvest your craft or skill or hone it or something. The words came. And so it's kind of bringing this into this cooperation. And if it's an unequal partnership, there's not cooperation really going in on it, then it leaves you tired and dull, because I'm seeing the clay as dull and muddy. So what about it? I feel like there's just something I'm missing. They're talking about manifestation. They're talking about how you make your hopes and dreams become a reality. They started off with, in this picture, there's this beautiful picture of this woman. And this woman was a picture in this artist's mind. He thought it, he can create it, and then he puts it onto paper. And now it's a physical thing in the 3D. But when they went to this sculpture, they were saying that he can manifest, like he's trying to bring this lady into his reality or existence. He's trying to manifest her. Maybe it's a love partnership. Maybe it's something that is an equal give and take partnership, where cooperation actually is a thing, where you don't have to turn your back on things in the past. This blue is bringing me to how blue these cards are. And so they say, we'll pull a crystal just for clarification on that. But in this moment, there's no real life lady, we'll say. And so here he is, he's dreaming of her. He knows her. There's this energy in his subconscious, and he thinks about her, and like, it's like on a soul level, talks to them. They kind of help, give advice and stuff, but they've never actually met in the 3D, is what he's showing. And so it's like he keeps drawing this person and sculpting this person. And it's like by each project, bit by bit by bit, it's almost manifesting them into the life in real life. And so now I'm really being drawn to these 3 dots in the background here. And that shows me as 3, almost like the 3 of Cups. Ooh, mad chills. I'm getting a 3 of Cups situation from that, where it's just like friends and partnerships and playing and things like that. And so here he is off in his own isolated area, and I don't know. It's almost like in hermit mode, isolation mode, but in his heart, right? In this heart, in the blue heart here, because that one looks like his heart for that sheep, is wishing to actually be out in reality, like go on trips or day activities. I don't know. I see like events. I see like fancy events kind of actually, and like going to like these things, and him having that girl with him being like the icing on top. I don't know. He's trying to manifest this love. And it's interesting that by working on what he loves, which he's an artist, so he creates and he sculpts and he builds and he draws, is actually what's going to bring that love. Doing what he loves is going to bring his love, is what they say. So that's kind of interesting. And it's like, I keep getting this energy of like, when is it going to happen? Like, I see this person, I sculpt this person, I know this person in my dreams, but I've never actually met this person in real life, kind of thing. But as this one card says with the owls, listen to the message of the angels, and I'm hearing like she does exist, like he really is tapping into someone's energy, and it's like on the 3D they're separated, but on the 5D they're very much so connected, and like he knows her energy and their hearts listen to each other. So when you actually finally do meet each other, it's going to be very otherworldly. It's going to be like, I've known you all my life, but like in the 3D, you don't know each other. So it's kind of like a funny situation where they just want to like kind of rush in and be like, this and this and this and this and this. But it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm hearing like, whoa, Nelly. Because like this person, I get that on their energetic level, they've also been tapping into this other energy. So it's like souls recognizing each other. But you know, you gotta play it cool. You don't want to come off as crazy at first. But it's like on a soul recognition heart level that these two will meet when they both have been working on what it is that they do best, whatever it is that brings their heart love. By being in that loving energy, they're going to bring love to them. So just to clarify with this heart energy, the stone that we got was orolite. And so orolite is an interesting crystal. It's a meteor that had hit a amethyst bed, and then so it almost infused all these galactic minerals and things into amethyst. So you can look, and there's like, normally it was called orolite 23 or whatever, but you could see all the different layers until it works its way. And what I like about it is, do I even have a piece around? I do. This is my orolite. Oh, you know what this one reminds me of? I don't know. Look at all those layers. But I held it one day. I was reading like this book about Native American, I don't know, my grandma bought it for me like when I was very, very little. And I was just kind of going through it. But this, whenever I look at it, it almost looks like one of those chief hats or whatever. Wrong word. It's not a hat. You know what I mean. Headdress. And yeah, I just went and watched a whole bunch of them dance the other day, and it was beautiful. But orolite 23, that's what this is. Each layer is a different mineral that when you go through, there's actually like 23 different ones. And so because a meteor hit an amethyst bed, it then took amethyst and made it a little bit more galactic, which amethyst is already great for the crown chakra. But now add a little bit of extraterrestrial, out of this world elements, and you're good. But what I also like about it is all the lines in it. Like, it's a record keeper, right? It's almost like rings on a tree, and then it grew and grew and grew. And I don't know, I just feel like it's a very special piece. So we'll put that over there. Nope, we're just going to keep holding on to it. So that's what I'm seeing as this heart. And this heart, it's like, as it said, amethyst is really good for wisdom, and as this one said, talking to your guides. So not only is this the crown chakra activated and open and on blast, but this is also heart-centered. Otherworldly, heart, crown, intuition, everything going for this. So I do see this partnership kind of coming in. But it's going to be weird at first, only because you're going to want to just like, I don't know, I'm hearing spill the tea, show all your cards like right at the beginning, but Spirit's saying like play it cool a little bit. We don't want to scare this off before, right now it's still kind of in the clay. It's a block of potential, and this potential is like we took the finest minerals, finest out of this world elements and infused them together for you guys to create together. So if you just kind of burn really hot at the beginning and fizzle out, well, we want you to make art. So what I find interesting is here on the sheep with this, it's kind of the same colors as the background of this. So to clarify the owl, it says, listen to the messages of the angels. And then what did we get? We got 6 of scrolls with the sands of time in reverse. So I'm getting, when I look at this, I see him in like an office and he has all these scrolls in business, and it might be projects or it might be other things. But mostly what I got was like, I felt like these were like house plans or house development or something, like an architect. And he had all these plans and he built all these things and he did it. And then sands of time. I heard, don't worry about time, because I heard, well, I wasted so much in the past. If I had known that things were going to turn out this way, I would have invested this or done this and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, time doesn't matter, because even if you got your way and you knew that things were going to go this way, it still wouldn't have ended up the same. It had to go that way. So it's just saying like, don't be so hard on yourself about all the things that you lost in the past that you thought you were building towards, your dream home, those kind of things. It's like, you're not behind, because I'm seeing someone be like, man, now I'm behind in life. I'm not where I'm supposed to be, but I'm hearing your up and coming is coming. You thought that whatever you were doing in the past was the big to do, but it was just child's play, they're saying. It was just for fun. So now the real development is going to come. Let's pull a crystal for that one too. Yeah, it's like, the more and more you try to rush time right now, the more and more that you keep things stuck and stalled. Because as this guy, he's working on what he loves. He's bringing in his love. And the more and more that he tries to force things, he's like, I need this. I need, like, it's almost like I'm seeing a checklist. But this checklist is for your sanity, I'm hearing. Like, it's only for you that needs that checklist. Not a other single thing gives a crap about the checklist, they say. And so we've got the crystal that came out was sodalite. They're saying, yes, these little things make you feel safe and comfortable, but it's saying, listen to your guides. Your guides, especially sodalite, is very much for the throat chakra and activation and talking and clearing. So I'm seeing the lotus here. There's a little lotus hidden in the corner and each petal is coming up. When I look at her face is actually closed. She's in meditation. She's listening, because this is all about the throat and talking and things. This is saying time to soak it up, soak it in. Because it could even be something like Spirit is guiding you to work on your project or whatever it is that you love. Spirit is guiding you to utilize your heart energy and manifest it into something tangible outside yourself. And that this thing, you'll be so proud of it. And maybe you are an artist, let's say, and then that piece of art might grab the attention of that person that unknowingly on a soul level you're manifesting in. Because what I'm getting is like these two souls on the 5D are very, very much connected. They already talk all the time on the 5D. In energetic form, it's like a match made in heaven. And they know this energy and they feel this energy, and that's kind of the only thing that they'll settle for. So that's why when like other things come in the 3D, it's like, nope, I'm busy. Nope, I'm this. I'm working on this. I've got whatever that. And so they're saying, don't worry about time, because in the perfect time, everything is going to align and match up. And so the main thing for you to do at this moment is just to follow your bliss. Time is an illusion, they say, that everything that you've been trying to create, all that checklist, things that you thought that by this age, maybe you're older in life, and you think, I should have had this, this, and this, and you don't have those things yet. Well, you still can have those things. And the quicker, especially with this one, as the two hearts are connected, it's like those things are going to manifest even quicker. And in the perfect time, divine timing, especially look, the angels, as this one said, listen to your angels. I only see pink. I only see heart energy kind of coming into this. I don't see a lot of like, you need to heal, you need to change, you need to do all these other things. It's like you've kind of done that. You've been on I'm hearing a solo mission for a while. What about that? That now it's starting to bring things back in. But before, you were trying to force things to fit, but they didn't fit. And so there was a lot of inner self-work and independence that was kind of coming through, which is interesting, because now we're into the cat energy. And the cat was all about, it says, be relaxed and be independent. So now you're not so reliable on another person's existence filling up your cup to make you happy. You've already made yourself happy. You've already worked through all these things. You've lost the things that you thought you wanted more than life itself. And you realized it was just things. And here I am at the end of the day, still standing, and I still have hope, and I still have love in my heart. And that makes you one cool cat. And now that you're so uniquely you and in your energy, that no one else can kind of come and say, I almost see, well, we'll just keep on with this masculine energy, because there's masculine there, that he, I don't know, maybe he's like a protector or something, and then they meet someone who's like, I need you to take care of me, and all they wanted them for was their money to make them happy or something, but it just wasn't quite fulfilling. It's like, rather than just take, it's time to create, they say. And so when two cool cats, two individuals come together, that's when the real change that you've been seeking and the real checklist, the real creation is going to happen in its own time. So with the cat and being independent, we did get the 5 of Forces with summer and winter. It's like day and night. Whatever you've been going through, Spirit's saying, is like day and night. You have taken your darkest shadow aspects and you shone a light within them, and you learn to love them. You realize that the cold and isolated winter, all it did was let you connect to your guides louder, and now you have that art, that inspiration, whatever it is. This could only have been heard when you went within to meditation. That's why this is all night in the owl. At nighttime, right, in the daytime, we can like fool ourselves and we can focus on work, or, you know, I've got checklists to tick off. But at nighttime, when everything's done, that's when we have to listen. And so what I'm seeing was restless nights earlier, but now you being excited by what's to come. Can you hold on? I need to take a moment. Okay, we're back. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I do know that I just pulled one more card to clarify the independent cat who has figured out that wintertime was the best time to go within and find their hopes and passions. And now it's summer again. So now it's time to step into being that independent energy. And so we got Big Spite. And so when I look at the cat's heart, it's the same color. And it's just activated and it's shining. And here we have a sun above the cat. And then so over here it went from winter to summer. So what about this crystal? So what's really standing out is how it's mostly pink and gold. It's like the gold coming out of it. It's like, I'm hearing alchemy. I'm hearing the alchemist. I'm hearing not quite that. It's like how her face is popping out. And hold on one second. Okay, where was I? So gold. Hey, it looks like a little heart there. I'm seeing mostly, I'm hearing, actually, I kept saying alchemist, alchemy, blah, blah, blah. I was hearing like philosopher's stone or something like that. But what I'm mostly seeing here is how her face is like trying to like almost elevate out of it, like pop out of it. And that's what I'm getting is like, be independent, like raise above, be your own weird, quirky, unique self. I think whatever this talent or whatever this is that you are creating is unique, they say. It's special. And you'll be very, very surprised. It's almost like I see someone think like, no, I need to do the 9 to 5. I need to do all those things. And then like talent or whatever gets pushed to the back. And then once they shift that focus from, no, I need to be in survival mode to doing what you love. And then because your heart's activated every day as you're doing it, it's bringing in more things to be loving about, right? And so you'll be surprised how abundant and thriving you'll be by working on what it is that you love, by letting your heart glow, they say. So then the last column here, we have the rabbit was saying, recognize your own significance. And obviously the unicorn stands out within that. But what did we get? I did pull one card. I haven't looked at them yet. To clarify, with the Akashic Record Tarot, maybe I'll show you first. I got the 2 of Scrolls, and it says the 2 worlds. Well, there's 2 worlds. But what I mostly get from this is, oh yeah, I was hearing like, did you hear that story? What is it? Like the country mouse, the town and country mouse? I don't think I've ever read it. Did I? I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like 2 worlds, like the city and then I'm seeing the country. And so I don't know where you are, but it's almost like the one that you think is the opposite of you. Like, oh, I could never. Okay, mostly what I'm seeing is like someone in the city who has this dream to go to the country and they just don't think that it would work for them. Something like that. I'm being drawn to like this spindle. And like, they're like, it's too much work. It'll be too much this, but I'm getting that it would be a good move. I don't know. This isn't for everyone, this part. But it's like, if you've been thinking about a move and the only thing that keeps you stuck from making that big change, your heart knows it, your guides are telling you to go do it, is that I don't know how to run like a homestead or something like that. Spirit's saying like, you'll learn quickly because your heart's in it and you'll thrive. And then I just see like vegetables and gardening and I don't know. It's almost like going back to basics, they say. But now they're switching it and they're showing the country mouse going to the city. and I couldn't fit into the city. It's too fast. It's too that. People are too smart and trickster energy, blah, 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 blah. With that situation, they're saying like you'll find yourself very much at home. I'm seeing a welcoming family. You'll meet a welcoming family, and then they'll make you feel like you're at home, that it will have that small town feel within the city type atmosphere. Yeah. It's almost that saying of like, home is where the heart is. And so as long as you try something new and get out of your comfort zone, but your heart is still excited by it, that you'll thrive in whatever situation or scenario that you're in. And that you're not just one trick pony. That's what the unicorn is saying. You're not a one trick pony. You're this independent, badass cat. And I almost feel like what this guy's manifesting from his art is someone who's totally, completely opposite of him. That's why the back is towards. It's like cut from the same cloth, which is wool. Hey, is that a wool spinner? It's still cut from the same cloth, but I'm seeing like two very diverse backgrounds. Like whereas one's a city mouse and one's a country bumpkin type thing. And so it's saying like recognize your significance, that you are flexible and able to go within the two, that you are capable of being so much more. You're not just either this or that you're independent and that you thrive in any situation. So now I'm being drawn to not quite just land or environment, but it's almost like business CEO to like artist, creative, that you could do both. Whatever it is that kind of stops you and makes you feel a little bit less powerful, they're saying knowledge, education, time, and effort. Like it will all come as long as you keep getting up and trying and wanting to learn, and not being so egotistical where you're trapped in the mind. Remember that the heart is the one that will lead you to learn the things that are of value to you. And they don't want you to diss something, knock something before trying it. Day and night, they say. It will be totally different, like day and night, but you'll fit in perfectly. Day and night, new might. So new might, from what I was taught, is that it's from the lowest parts or depths of the earth. That it's such a good protection and grounding crystal that the only way that it kind of like comes up to the surface is like a volcano, like lets it come up and out. I want to read the book for some reason. LMNOP. Okay. Achieving self-mastery, inner power, and recovering your sense of self, which has to go with this significance and the two worlds. So it says, evidence of progress can seem elusive at times, but when New Might Spirit appears, it's a sign that you might be underestimating how far you have come. Our minds are conditioned to pay attention to the negative and overlook all that is good in our lives, including the results of your efforts over time. You may not have received a big blue ribbon. Hey, there's a blue flower. Or parade in your honor, but the unconscious universe acknowledges and celebrates all your hard work in mastering your fears. Make peace with the part of yourself that tells you, whatever you do, it will never be enough. You are developing mastery, and there will be times when you feel as if your progress is slow and inadequate. But you are called upon now to acknowledge that you have indeed persevered, learned much, and not given up. Doing so will help you stay the course rather than veer off track. Be gentle with yourself as you come to master the challenges as you always seem to overcome. Be gentle with yourself as you master the challenges that you always seem to overcome somehow. You are getting better at things called life. You are building healthy relationships and prosperity and knowing and loving yourself as much as the conscious universe does. Give credit and keep practicing. We are learning that New Might Spirit is here to tell you that the conscious universe is watching you and very proud of you. So in all that, I feel like that just was one big summary to wrap up all this reading, right? Because your guides are talking to you and they're listening to you and they love you. Why? Because look, there's all the love. They see all the hard work you've gone through with the lotus, that you've bloomed, and how you've worked at not letting past things that you've lost affect your way of thinking, not the way that you go forward and present your heart to the world. When you go forward, you are this independent, brave, independent, cool cat who has really navigated between the inner and between the mind and the heart, the shadow and the light work. And for that, you can go forward courageously and recognize your own significance that you bring between this duality world that we're in. You know how to take a negative mindset, a negative loop, and turn it into something progressive. That no matter what situation you're thrown into, you're able to navigate it and make something exciting happen. And that's because you've done all this real inner dark work. New Might is, as it said, the lowest to almost like the center of the earth. The only way that you get it is by sharing it. It has to come up and out. And so what's the best time for things to come up and out? Well, that's at nighttime, right? Iridescent moon. In the daytime, you do your checklist, you do all those things, and you get through it. But at nighttime, you can't hide. You can't hide from the darkness, that whatever is that the predominant energy is going to manifest. And so here I see just taking all the doubts, all the worries, all those things, and adding your own galactic spin to it, adding different layers and depth. And so no matter what comes to you, it's like, what am I seeing? I'm seeing a scale, and it's like 1 to 10, and each one's like a different level of a problem. And it's like, because this has 23 different layers, right? Different minerals that you could tap in for helping, healing, benefits, whatever, right? Crown chakra for the amethyst. Here we've got copper, which is really good for rooting, plus so many more in between. That it's like you just take your peg, and it's like whatever your energy frequency's at, you can bump it up, you can lower it down, so that you maintain peace, passion, and prosperity, they say. Because I left this card for last on purpose. The sheep. It says, act with fortitude and cooperation. You've been working alone a lot, and it's funny that I'm getting, for some people, okay, so there's this 5D connection, and this connection is real. You can't deny it. You know it. You feel it. Some people, they're aware of it, and that's what they're manifesting into this reality by following and doing what they love. But what I'm getting for a majority, actually, is that it's like you think that by doing this thing that you love is making you stuck and stalled on the things that you should be working on. And that's where that Sansa time was like, don't worry about time. Because it's almost like I see like, I love to create and I love to sculpt, but I really should be looking for a wife and a family and a house and a this and a job and a whatever, right? Whatever your checklist is. And it's saying that by doing what you love is actually bringing that in. So it's not like you're ignoring it and not dealing with it, right? You're not sticking your head in your sand and being like, la, 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 and ignoring reality. It's creating reality. And so I feel like some people have been hard on themselves because, well, no, I'm supposed to be doing this. But Spirit's saying you're manifesting both at the same time. So we'll leave it there. I hope you guys have a good day. And we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.